Hello and welcome everybody to another Final Fantasy Draft video. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are sitting at Platinum 4. That's right, we had a really nice run in the last draft where we went 7-1 with a black-white aggro deck. And from what it seems like so far, it seems like the proactive strategies are doing quite well. The equipment-based aggressive decks seem to be doing very well. I think the job select cards are very strong, but that doesn't mean we can't draft the sweet Golgari or blue-green Towns deck. We'll see what happens, of course, in this draft. Now, before we hop into this draft, just want to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need booster boxes or singles to round out your constructed deck, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, check out HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you need quality deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, all that good stuff to make sure you're ready for your next tabletop experience, go to HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. They're going to be at MagicCon Las Vegas, by the way. Swing by the booth, tell them Paul sent you for 10% off in person as well. All right, here we go. New pack. What do we have? Ooh, I got to do it. This time I got to lock it in, though. It costs 6 mana, but Gilgamesh, if I'm like all in on red-white or red-black equipment, this card just seems absolutely absurd. So, and I do already think the equipment are all very strong. So let's take Gilgamesh here. At uncommon, Colosseum Behemoth is a nice top-end card to ramp into. 7 mana for a 7/7 Trampler that either disenchants or draws you a card. I do think this card is certainly a nice card to ramp into. Titus Blitzball Star is also very nice, especially if you're doing the blue-white artifacts thing. But I think Gilgamesh just keeps you a little bit more flexible, and it's a rare and it's a cool card that I want to try out. So let's try this now. Again, I know that it's 6 mana, and generally that's not what you want if you want to draft like an aggressive style deck, but let's take it here and see what's next. Moving on to pack 1, pick 2, we have the Darkness Crystal, which I think is a better sealed deck card, but I think it's a little bit slow in just normal draft, so it's not something that I want. I think this format is on the faster end, so I don't think I want to do that. For us, it's between 2 cards here. There's Sephiroth's Intervention, which is one of the better commons in the set. Very good card. And then I think the other consideration might actually be Slash of Light. There's also Cargo Ship, which is good if you're blue-white specifically. Had we first picked the Titus, I think taking Cargo Ship would be defensible. But for me, it's like, do I want to take Sephiroth's Intervention or Slash of Light? Now, I will say, I have been extremely impressed by Slash of Light, to the point where, given that I first picked the Gilgamesh, is this crazy? I have been really impressed by this card. It's basically a 2-mana Sephiroth's Intervention if I do end up in red-white. Now, maybe this is a really wild pick, but honestly, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Let's see what happens here. Like I said, I really do want to try to play a Gilgamesh deck if possible, but of course, the picks are going to have to cooperate here. Moving on to pack 1, pick 3, we have Prompto Argentum, which is a fine creature. Like a red-white deck's not going to have that many ways to actually turn this on, so it's not quite as effective, but it's still a fine creature to play. There's Ice Magic, which is a decent removal/spell. There's Vane's Treachery, which had I taken the Sephiroth's Intervention, I can take the Vane's Treachery and make that work out as well. There's also Marlborough, which is actually not a bad top-end card, but Vane's Treachery, of course, is better. Now, these 2 cards might be slightly better than Prompto Argentum, but I really want to try to play, like I said, like all these cards that seemingly look really strong, I think generally are just worse than just taking the aggressive thing for the most part. All right, this is actually really interesting because there is an Emperor of Palamecia, which gives us inroads to potentially a good blue-red spells deck. It is a signpost card, and oftentimes I think in this format, you really do need to find what color combinations are open and move into that signpost color combination. Crystal's Chosen can be okay. I like it less in red-white just because it's so expensive. I already have a 6-drop. I think this is a fantastic card in green-white, however. But given what we have, Prompto Argentum also keys off of 4 or more casted cards. So let's take Emperor. Now, noting that Warrior Sword would be decent here with both, but it's a common, and I don't think it's one of the stronger equipment. So I want to take the Emperor Palamecia because this could be an indication that blue-red specifically is open. And if it is, then, you know, like, we're still reasonably set up here. Moving on to Pack 1, Pick 5, that is another cargo ship, so certainly blue-white artifacts might be available here. For us, there are no good white cards, no great red cards either. Town Greeter is certainly very good, but given what I have, I'd rather not be red-green. I think I'm probably just going to take one of these blue spells. So the question is, do I want Combat Tutorial or Retrieve the Esper in a blue-red spells deck? I'm going to take, well, yeah, let's take Retrieve. Let's take Combat Tutorial. I think that was close. I just feel like in blue, there is a lot of 4 mana effects that you can find. Like, you have Retrieve the Esper, Rook Turret, you have Find the Chocobo, whereas Combat Tutorial costs only 3 mana. There's Jidur, which mills my opponent, which is not particularly strong as an effect, and it comes into play tapped. I just feel like milling my opponent is just not a good, reliable way to win the game. I'm just going to take Retrieve the Esper here as just a 4 mana spell to trigger both Prompto Argentum and also the Emperor of Palamecia. Moving on to Pack 1, Pick 7. We have some black-red cards. Black Mage's Rod is actually quite strong, although I don't have any black cards, which makes this a little bit rough. I think this one is probably one of the worst of the equipments. I actually don't think this card's very good. It's a 2-mana 1/1, which I really, really do not like very much. Rydia can be strong. Certainly red-green also could be open here. I could also just take another Combat Tutorial, which I think I will take. Like, if you have enough 2-mana plays, this card is just totally fine. Just being able to put a counter on something and drawing a card is nice. Dreams of Laguna is fine, but I really want to play to the board a little bit more, and I'm a little bit concerned that I just have, like, too many spells that don't do that much. That is a late Paladin Arms, but white didn't seem super open. Neither was red, to be honest. I guess blue-white maybe could be a thing. I mean, there's also Rook Turret, but I think this is generally better. And I don't have anything. I don't want a third Combat Tutorial. So let's take a Paladin Arms, noting that I did pass a bunch of blue-white artifact cards in general. So it's very unlikely that we end up in that combination. You're Not Alone is a decent trick if you're very, very aggressive, but I actually do like Sahagin a decent amount in blue-red. So I'm pretty happy that these tabled. I think people are not really valuing this too highly, which I'm here for. 3 toughness is actually quite good in this format, in a format where there's Vein's Treachery and Thunder Magic. And then also, it's not hard to grow this creature in blue-red. You have just lots of 4 mana spells to be able to grow it. Here, I'll take the Warrior Sword. Sandworm is okay, but given that this triggers all of my 2-drops, and also is something that I can find off of the Gilgamesh, I do think I am pretty interested in playing the Warrior Sword. And hey, look, I mean, we do have 10 playable cards. Now, it's not like these are extremely powerful cards in general, but I don't think the Gigas is particularly good. I don't think the Shopkeep is good either, but... And you know, with 4 2-drops, the Combat Tutorial is not looking terrible. Obviously, we want to do better than terrible. And, you know, is it just me? But I have been opening some packs where I just get no playables. Look at this pack. Like, Coral Sword, I don't want in this type of deck. I don't think. Overkill is a very good removal spell, maybe worthy of a splash. I don't want to take Scorpion Sentinel or Red Mage's Rapier. There is Relentless X, which just doesn't seem particularly strong either. I think I'm just going to take the Overkill. If my mana ends up being good enough, maybe I can consider splashing, just because there's nothing in blue and red that's worth first picking. And I do think this is better than Lock Coal. I think Lock Coal is better if I'm blue-black, but when you're splashing, you have to be prepared to be able to play a card at any point in the game, right? You won't always be able to play that card on turn 3. And if that's the case, you want something that's better turn 6, turn 7 of the game. And Lock Coal is certainly worse than Overkill on turn 6 or turn 7 of the game. Here, I'll take Dragoon's Wyvern. This is blue's best common. Just a really, really solid card. Like I said, I don't really love Jidur. I could have had 2, I know. Hopefully the Warrior Sword tables so that we can do some fun things with Gilgamesh. But let's just take the Wyvern just because it's a really... Like, even in my blue-red decks, I don't want to be super controlling. Like, honestly, I just want to play to the board a decent amount and then maybe play some spells. And Dragoon's Wyvern is just fantastic. We'll take a second copy here. Here, it's a pretty easy suplex. All right, so we're getting the hookups in this pack. Very, very happy with that. Just a really good removal spell. It's actually our first removal spell. But this deck is largely common, so... Gonna have to pick up some more of the good signpost cards here. Cards that I'm looking for, Ultros, Shantoto. Those would be cards that I would be very, very interested in here. Obviously, Thunder and Ice Magic. By the way, I was looking at some preliminary numbers. Boros is drafted at like a frequency of 3 or 4 times more than any other archetype. At least on 17 lands. The tryhards on 17 lands love the Boros decks, and it's still performing well. So we might have another format where Boros is one of the best things to be doing, which I don't love, but it is what it is. I think I like Light of Judgment more than Fire Magic. You know, it's another just removal spell, but the fact that it kills equipment is really nice, and it triggers my my Sahagins and Emperors and Prompto Argentums and such. What is this? Nyx Bloom Ancient, 7 mana, 5/5. If you tap a permanent for mana, it produces 3 times as much mana. Okay, so don't really care about that. I'm not going to try to pronounce this card, but it's just a bad counter spell. I'm going to take Stuck in Summoner Sanctum. Our deck certainly could use more interaction here, so let's go ahead and take this. And unlikely for us to actually want to play the Overkill here. Here, I don't love Triple Triad. So I think it's between Syncopate and another Stuck in Summoner Sanctum. I have really been unimpressed by Syncopate, so I'm just going to take Stuck in Summoner Sanctum just to make sure that I have enough interaction here for what my opponents are trying to do. Syncopate has been pretty underwhelming. That is a really late eject, so very, very happy with that. This is perfect. It triggers all my 2-drops and is just an excellent interactive spell. That's another late Lock Cole, which is also quite a good card. And yeah, we are... You know, pack 1 was obviously terrible, but the rest of the pack is certainly going pretty well for us. All right, that's another Warrior Sword. Now, normally I wouldn't really want to play these. I don't love Sorcerer Schemes. I'll take the blue-red land. But, Sahagin Table. Like, I don't know. Like, part of me wants to try it because I have Gilgamesh. Let me read this again. You may put any number of equipment cards onto the battlefield. When you put one or more equipment onto the battlefield this way, you may attach one of them to a samurai you control, which is only the Gilgamesh, to be honest. But honestly, like, it's a May. Like, I wouldn't even want to do that, right? Like, if I just play Gilgamesh and hit Warrior Sword, like, that's good, right? Like, paying 6 mana to get a 6/6 and a 4/3 is really strong. Shantoto's Coercion. Oh, why is this not a blue-red card? Shantoto's blue-red. Unreal. Just Diabolic Intent. All right, well, there is an eject. What is this? Kuja, Genome Sorcerer. 4 mana for 3/4. At the beginning of your end step, create a tapped 0/1 Black Wizard token. If you control 4 more wizards, transform it. If a wizard you control will deal damage, it deals double. Wow, that is very good. My mana is just not there, so I just don't think I'm going to splash the Kuja. I do think it's good. I mean, I have an Overkill as well. But I think there's just like enough power here, and Eject is just perfect for this type of deck, given what I have, that I think I'm just going to take it here. But Kuja is really, really nice. Absolutely really, really nice. But now my interaction is looking great. Double Eject, Light of Judgment, double Stuck in Summoner Sanctum, and Suplex. So I'm very, very happy about my removal suite. All right, what do we have here? Bolas' Citadel, okay. Can't play that. I could have had 3 Jadours. What does the red one do? I'm going to take the red one. I have way too many playables already, and as an instant, I can make a 0/1 Black Wizard token, or it's just a land. So we're just kind of free rolling a spell here, so pretty happy with that. It's not like the spell is particularly strong, but just the fact that this is a land that is a spell is what takes it over the top. Easy Thunder Magic here for us. Very, very good removal spell. So liking this setup here so far. Now we have Thieves' Knife versus Syncopate. And there's also Eden, Seed of the Sanctum. How good is Thieves' Knife? Oh, I have Gilgamesh. What am I saying? I actually don't think this card is that good, to be honest. We do have a lot of removal and some ways to pump it up, but I'm going to take it and play it because I have the Gilgamesh. Because I was honestly considering just taking an Eden here just because I have so many spells. Or even a Syncopate. But I will take a Thieves' Knife here. It might even be correct. We have, what, 11 creatures right now? Certainly going to slam the Ice Magic. You'll basically play all the Ice and Fire Magic when you're playing Blue-Red. They are premium. Now we're at 23 cards. Another Ice Magic, yes. Call the Mountain Chocobo is fine, but I'm just not going to pass Ice Magics, I don't think. I think we have enough creature-type effects. Like, we have Retrieve the Esper, 2 Warriors, Swords, so this is basically 12 creatures with Thieves' Knife. And I just think Ice Magic is fantastic. There's a Zidane, which I don't need. I don't really need any of these cards. I guess I'll take the Merchant, but I'm very, very unlikely to play it. So I need to cut one card. It could be like, it's probably one of the card draw effects. It's either Combat Tutorial or Dreams of Laguna. All right. Ooh. Look, I don't get that many. Like, Syncopate is honestly probably the correct pick, but I just want to make Gilgamesh work, okay? Like, it's early on enough where I want to see, like, if I put enough Warrior Swords and Thieves' Knives in my deck, which are not, like, the most embarrassing cards anyways, they're fine. But, like, with the Gilgamesh, having 4 and hitting, like, 2 of them just feels like it's game over. So I'm just trying to draft around it while still taking reasonable cards. And now I'm much happier about not taking the Chocobo card, just because I have 4 4-drops here already. I actually can probably cut Light of Judgment, given that my interaction here is pretty good. 25, 24. Honestly, at this point, I probably just cut Retrieve the Esper, right? Okay. All right, there is... I guess I'll take Jador. I don't even think I should play this, to be honest. It is a 6-mana spell. Like, that is the only reason. This is for best of 3. You would board that in. Actually, did not end up with as many 2-drops as I would have liked. I'll Syncopate table. All right, well, anyways, blue was super duper open. We do have a decent number of cuts here to make, and Freya Crescent last pick is pretty nuts because it looked like red-white was not available, but Freya, getting the Freya that late means maybe other people just like blue-white or black-white, but yeah. I mean, I feel like we were more or less in the right colors, and yeah, we got some cutting here that we need to do. Like I said, I don't think Jador is actually good. I think this one is nice, but milling my opponent for half their deck, I just do not care at all. I'm going to actually cut Syncopate. I'm going to stick to my thing. Like, remember what I said before where I actually just don't think Syncopate is that strong in this format? I'm going to practice what I preach here and see if this ends up being good for me. 17-9. So 9 blue, 9 red. I'm going to go 1 more blue and 1 less red. We literally have twice as many blue mana pips. All right, now we still need to cut 2 cards here. I think we have way too many 4 mana effects. Man, if I look at this, my 4-drops is like way too heavy. All right, I'm going to cut Retrieve the Esper. I think in basically every blue-red deck, Retrieve the Esper is better than Warrior Sword, but we're going to science it up here because of the Gilgamesh. But I don't think I want to cut any of the other 4-drops. Like, we're just pushing what Gilgamesh could do. And I want to be able to live the dream of being able to get 2 equipment. And then I think I can probably just cut one of these card draw effects. Let's cut 1 Combat Tutorial. I like the fact that the Dreams of Laguna also has Flashback for 4 mana, which triggers all of these other cards. So let's try this. Certainly it looks interesting. I think there's a really good chance that we made our deck worse by like leaning into this 4 mana equipment stuff, but it's still early in the format. Let's have some fun. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Want to give a special shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a great way to up your limited game and join an awesome community of folks also looking to up your game. Lots of trophy picks, lots of card discussions. It's just a really good time all around. Okay, keeping this 2-lander with a Sahagin. Bunch of Sahagin, actually. Drawing the 3rd land immediately was great, especially because we had this Dragoon's Wyvern we can play on 3. Looks like we're playing against red-green landfall. Let's attack. Let's play the Wyvern. Just play to the board here. Nice little, somewhat aggressive start. Looks like they have a Thunder Magic. And look at this. I still have something left over, right? Does this count as a Samurai? No, it's just a hero. What does this do? If one or more tokens would be created under your control, make another frog. Okay, so let's give it the old suplex. Play Sahagin. And hope we can draw some 4-mana spells now. Alright, so... You know, they played a couple of good cards, but we've been curving out nicely. Blazing Bomb. This one I think is quite bad. So this is interesting. We have the choice between Combat Tutorial and just running out Prompto Argentum. I think I'm going to actually play the Combat Tutorial. Target me and pump one of my Sahagin. Okay, and we did draw the land. I left the red up so I can play the Prompto Argentum if I find a land. And let's beat down. Boom! Look at this. Look at my blue-red aggro deck. They can sack this to kill my token. Yeah, this was just too much. Alright. Nice and simple. Curve out, beat down. Kinda wish I had more good 2-drops. In this deck, it's really just like... All you want in blue-red are just a million Sahaguns and the uncommons. There's a lot of good blue and red spells matters 2-mana cards. Prompto Argentum, Ultros, Emperor of Palamecia. I mean, there's the 2-mana 2/1 flyer that surveils when you attack. So you want most of your 2-drops to come from your uncommons or Sahagun. All right, on the play here, or Sahagin rather. I'll keep this. I have 2 islands with a Dreams of Laguna and a Combat Tutorial. So, you know, if I don't find a land right away, I can certainly play Dreams of Laguna and very, very likely to find a 3rd land after casting a Dreams. Turn 1, Magitech Infantry. All right. Oh, and we drew the land right away, so that's great. We can play Sahagin. Probably interested in just killing this with Thunder Magic. Like, I don't necessarily want them to get extra value. Oh, wow. But what if they have 2? Does that change things? I mean, it kind of does. God, it feels like almost a waste to kill both of them, right? I mean, whatever. The way I look at it is a blue-white deck wants to get a critical mass of artifacts in play anyways. So that's kind of my thought process there. Let's play Combat Tutorial. Put a counter on Sahagin. Play a land, attack. I'm attacking here mostly just like, I don't know what like kind of defensive cards they can play next turn. So, or pump spells or ways to kill Sahagin, so I might as well just attack. White Auracite, oh, that's precisely the reason why. White Auracite is fantastic, by the way. Into another artifact, look at this. They already have, like, I've been trying to keep their artifacts at bay and they still have 1 million in play. Although I will admit, maybe I should have kept the suplex because this exiles artifacts. So, yeah, maybe that was bad. I mean, theoretically, I could just bounce this token if I feel like it's going to get a little bit out of hand. 3 cards in hand for the opponent? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, we'll see. I'll take it for now. Feel like maybe I can get a little more value here. Yeah, this is all not great. Well, I do have the Ice Magic for the Rook turret. Do I want a Thieves' Knife? I mean, it does block Paladin Arms. I guess I'll take it just because it's like a fine spell. Ooh, Stuck in Summoner Sanctum is actually quite nice. Although I don't want to use this on the Rook turret just because... I don't want to use it on the Rook turret just because the looting effect is still online. And I don't think that's where I want to be. What happens when this flips? Oh, it's not. I guess. I mean, I guess it hits them pretty hard. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. 7 mana to exile this. Okay. Okay. This is just too much damage. I'm just gonna try to keep the board clear here. Alright, they're keeping the Rook turret. I do have a Thieves' Knife. They have 1 card left. And... Summon Leviathan, huh? I guess I just tap this down? I'm at 14. Yeah. Let's see if they equip. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, they probably want to play the Rook turret here, so... Alright. Yep. Well, I mean, don't really have too many other lines here, so let's play the Warrior Sword. Pass. I think I should be playing the land here. Okay, we're taking 6 in the air here. Hopefully they're out of action. Nope. A Scorpion Sentinel. So if they draw a land, I take lethal damage. That's not good. Alright, we're on the back foot here for sure. Huh. Alright, let's lead things off with a Dreams of Laguna. See if we can find something. Don't want that. And we have another Warrior Sword. Yeah, I mean, this is rough. I mean, they can just bank on hopefully drawing a land, but I kind of want to draw cards, I think. Yeah, I'm going to just go for it here. They might take it. And then if they draw a land, they win the game. But I'm just, like, I need to draw extra resources here to come back from this. And they don't have lethal right now. I should have kept the suplex. That, you know what? That is certainly my mistake. Okay. Titus. Yeah, I need to draw some removal spells here. I use them all like a dum-dum. Now I have to deal with Titus and Rook Turret. Prompto Argentum. I don't quite have lethal. Like, my only hope is to attack. If my opponent recognizes this, it might be best for them to block. But let's see. I just didn't have lethal. Alright. Well, I don't know if we were going to win this anyways. But they had a good blue-white artifacts deck. There were a couple of rares. A lot of artifacts. Good synergies. I think white might be the best color in the format. Which I didn't... When I first looked at the set, I didn't think that might be the case. But all the artifacts and job select cards are all very good. You have good removal too in the Aura site. Even Gaelic Cat is pretty strong, given the fact that there's so many artifacts. So yeah, they had a solid deck. And I don't know if I would have won or lost if I kept the suplex, but it is what it is. Alright, gonna keep this hand here. No creatures, but 2 islands, 2 mountains, and a bunch of interactive spells. I wonder if I should main deck 1 copy of the 6 damage kill equipment card. I could see that being the case. Alright, Ilmeg Pixie, sure. Cast Dreams of Laguna, put a land into the bottom, but still drew a land, but that's okay. Now we'll play Dragoon's Wyvern. happy enough to trade with the Pixie if they give us that option. They might kill the Wyvern. I mean, it's one of those instances where I think we're both pretty happy with the exchange here. Like, I got a 1/1 left over, and they surveilled and kept something on top, so it's not too bad for us. Here I will use a suplex just because... What's funny is, like, we're like basically dead even on cards now. Like, what is it? I cast 2 cards, they cast 2 cards. Samurai's Katana, that's a good one. Should have kept the suplex. Let's bounce the token here, draw a card. We are extremely flooded. 9 lands. Okay. Prompto Argentum, okay. Plays around Syncopate. Okay, bouncing the Sahagin. So I'm actually not going to play Dreams of Laguna, I think. I'm just going to replay the Sahagin. Because I want to get that extra counter. It's a little mana inefficient, but I also just want to play to the board a little bit. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. And besides, I'm super flooded. I don't have anything else to do anyways. Summon Esper Remu for 1 damage? That doesn't do anything. So they just really wanted a 3/3, huh? Okay. Fair enough. Let's play Dreams of Laguna. See if we can find something. That's a Thunder Magic. Do I kill this? The thing is, this is just gonna die, right? Like... I'm at 17. And basically my play here is... if they want to put a Katana onto it, that's fine. But, like, it's likely that they're going to play another creature, and I want to use my removal spells to kill the follow-up creature instead of something that's literally going to die next turn, right? Like, and it's like, this was their best play, which is really odd. Okay, now there's a Shantoto. Let's attempt to kill it. They might have a Syncopate here. Oh, Magic Damper. Okay, that's fair. Well, guess what? I don't have anything to do with my mana. Blizzaga! Alright, Esper Remu down. 3 cards left in opponent's hand, and I have a 4/6 Sahagin. They have a 1/1. Okay, any spell? Oh, Combat Tutorial. I feel like the Sahagin's already big enough, so let's target Prompto Argentum here. That, by the way, even if they kill this, I draw a card. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that doesn't work then. Alright. Our opponent is at 4 life, so any 4-mana spell now wins the game for us with the Sahagin in play. Counterspell, huh? Eject? Ugh, that's gross. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Counterspell actually sucked. 1 card left. Alright, let's attack. Oh, you have a spell? No, they don't. Okay. Alright. Alright, looks like both... I drew 13 lands, but we both got extremely flooded, so it doesn't matter. I guess that's what happens when you play islands in your deck. Okay, you know what? Somebody needs to stop me. The dad jokes have gone too far. Anyways, boom. I'm at 11. Oh, we got to resolve it. Can we hit? Yes. We did it, folks. We did it. Look, I just that's all I wanted to do, okay? All I wanted to do was hit with Gilgamesh. Now we can say, now I can put him in the thumbnail. You know what I mean? I can put him in the thumbnail. It won me the game. Yep. Look, it's so good. Yeah. But anyways, like I said, Gilgamesh is certainly, I'm playing it just to push it, but like, I think it's amazing in red-white because it's not hard for a red-white deck to have like 7 or 8 job select cards, in which case you're so likely to hit 1, and you have a solid shot at hitting 2. In our deck, we have like a 60% shot at hitting 1. All right, we are on the play. We have 3 red lands and all blue cards and a warrior sword. Gonna mulligan that. All right, this hand is way, way better. I think I'll bottom the ice magic. This is actually quite interesting. Oh, how greedy is this? I want to make an 0-1. I have a lot of spells in my deck, right? I just need to draw a land in 2 draw steps. Oh, I don't know about this. Oh, that's a tough call. Just 1 land. Yes! Greed is good, friends. Greed is good. I still don't know if that was correct. I keep forgetting. I feel like this is a split card. It's actually an adventure land. And because it's an adventure land, I can get the effect. I can get the effect and then play it as a land, which is really strong. Turn 2 cargo ship is very scary. Are we going to just lose to all of the artifact decks? Certainly possible. It's kind of awkward because if I bounce the cargo ship, like they get to pump the Titus. But at the same time, it can be like a bit of a tempo play. But it feels bad not doing anything, so yeah, sure. Well, we did rattle off a bunch of lands. Wish I had the ice magic. So they're going to crew the cargo ship, and then we're going to bounce it. Then I got to hit for 5. It cantrips, which is fine. Alright, and then we hit another Sahagin. Sure. So, we're at the point, I mean, it's just like, if we can get our opponent somewhat low and just rattle off some 4-mana spells, like, that could be good enough, right? Especially with the Sahagin. And they're in a tough spot where, like, it's not like they can really attack with Titus here. I don't know if they're interested in racing. Like, the cargo ship does a good job of blocking the Dragoon's Wyvern and the 1/1 hero token. Sage's Noliths, okay. Titus is a great blocker here. Yeah. I do really like my opponent's decision to not block. Or to not attack. Interesting turn for us, by the way. Like, we can play Warrior Sword. Or I can go Lindblum Sahagin and then play Warrior Sword on the following turn. I think I like that better. So let's attack with the Flyer. This is an instant? I guess we'll keep it up. Keep them on their toes. I guess the only thing is our opponent missed a land drop. Another cargo ship. Okay. It's a large Titus. But, I mean, by playing the Warrior Sword, I get to deal 1 damage because I have the Wizard token, get them to 11, and then hit them for 5 more here. Okay. All right. Boom. You can't really counter it, right? These are activated abilities, so I don't think they can syncopate this. I bet they have syncopate. That's why there's like a pause. I don't know. It's what it feels like, at least. And Titus is certainly much better if you're like on the offensive here. Alright. All we need is one more 4-mana spell here. And Sahagin will take it down. This is already a 3-5 as well. So if I give this +3/+2, that turns it into a 6-7, which is quite nice. Ooh, white Aura Sight. Aw, Sahagin down. Probably the 3-5, like, it's definitely the scariest card here. Although now I think I can just... Can I just attack with everything? Almost. They do have 2 more mana here available, though. Wait, why did they keep a blue mana up? Like, I can attack with my flyer now. Wait, I can hit for 5 with the flyer. Unless they have some kind of removal spell. Oh, they could have the slash card or whatever. Wait, do I attack with everything here? No. Something feels off to me, honestly. Something feels off. Nope, never mind. The reason... here's my thought process here. Getting my opponent to 1 is so strong here, where... wow, I did have lethal, though. But, like, because I have the 0-1 token, now literally any spell wins me the game. Also, they only have 2 blockers. I can still just attack with 4 creatures next turn. Even if they play 1 creature this turn, I can still attack with everything, right? So, like, I think that was a safer line, given how they tapped. Like, it really felt like they had something for... Like, it's such a blowout if they bounce my Wyvern and then they eat all my tokens. You know what I mean? And take, like, not that much damage. All right. Well, we got that one. We were able to beat a blue-white mage. We are now Platinum 2. Climbing the ranks. Climbing the ranks. Let's go. I want to Gilgamesh and hit like 4 mana equipment. That is all I want to do. Come on. Let's get there just once. All right. We are on the play with a great hand. A blue-red land, an island, a mountain, Emperor of Palamecia into Dragoon's Wyvern, and a couple of 4-drops. This is just, like, the dream hand here. Please don't have Thunder Magic. Okay, they have Thunder Magic. How rude. How rude. Thunder Magic is the best common in the set. In my opinion. Into Black Mage's Rod. Alright, that is a fantabulous start from the... Oh! We have a game plan here, friends. Resentful Revelation. Okay. Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm like much lower on this card than I was previous. I think it's fine, but it's just like, you got to be careful with... It's so tempting to play too many of these type of effects. Especially because the flashback... Like, I feel like the blue spell is better... Because the flashback here is just so expensive. 7 is so much. Wow. That was... Whatever they took was a good card. Because they put Vane's Treachery and Sir Conrad onto the bottom. I don't know if I like attacking with this. We'll see. I do want to make sure I hit land number 6. Demon Wall. Did they miss on a land? Oh, they did. Oh, and we did hit a land. Okay. This is interesting. I can attack and trade with a Demon Wall, I guess. Then I'm trading a 1/1 for a Demon Wall. Because I don't want to get blown out by a Thunder Magic here and try to move it here. I don't think. Or do I? Now let's do this. The thing is, I don't really have anything else to do with my mana, really. So, like, I'm okay just, like, splitting this up. Turning my 1/1s into actual resources seems pretty good. Suplex, yeah. Okay. Oh, why did I draw the warrior sword? Not cool. It doesn't have haste, right? Okay. Alright, I'm happy with that trade. Alright, Gilgamesh, let's find some... Can we hit just one card at least? Yeah! Yes! No, let's spread the love here. Gilgamesh! Gilgamesh! Okay, for... What, 5 to move? So I don't have 9 mana, right? Okay. Let's play Warrior Sword. Let's play land. I guess they could have Hecdies. Or Marlboro. Or summon Anima. Alright, we got this one. Let's get that out of here. Alright. I feel like it's still way too early. Honestly, it's way too early, but black red like control has not at least done well for me. The only time I had success with black red was like an aggro black red deck. So we'll see if that actually ends up panning out. Maybe people are just learning how to draft black red control still. Alright, opponent on the play here. We have 2 lands and Sahagin, Suplex. Like, I'm certainly going to keep this. Blue-green, okay. Sage, I'm telling you, 1-3. 1-3 is where it's at in this format. Like, it just blocks all the early things. There's just, like, no 2-mana 3-2s or 3-1s, or there's not very many of them. Oh, Dragoon's Wyvern. That's where it's at. Oh, speaking of Dragoon's Wyvern. Okay, could use a land here. Our hand is looking pretty good, though. The Lunar Whale. Alright, well. Let's just suplex that. I don't want any, like, hexproof shenanigans, you know what I mean? Let's just get that off the battlefield. Alright, I mean, since we were on the draw, we'll just play this a little bit defensively. Drawing the land was certainly very good because I can play Dreams of Laguna. Combat Tutorial, what does this do? It's a 3-2? Should I double block? How much does it cost to equip? 3? Should I just bounce it? Alright, whatever. They like pass priority for the turn. Alright, let's beat down. We are the aggressor now. They drew some cards. We have some interaction here. Ignis Scient. Well, that's not something we're going to eject. Okay. We can put it to sleep, though, and that's fine. Scorpion Sentinel. Okay. Well, Thunder Magic was good. What does this do? Exile target card, and then they can make a food. This is actually really interesting. Like, getting a counter on Sahagin seems really nice. I can also just, like, have these 2 things in play. Do I care about Scorpion Sentinel? Not really. Alright, let's just kill the Scientia. If they play a land, they play a land. If not, you know. It looks like they might even be looking for a land here. We'll see. Okay, they kept that. Okay, 4/4. Maybe equip attack? They definitely have a lot more resources than I do, so I need to like try to find a way to close the door here. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. Perhaps a chocobo kick? No. Okay. Maybe a 2-drop as well? Oh, chocobo kick. Yeah, they did have a chocobo kick. That's fair. Okay. I figure since I just drew another warrior sword, I'll just play it and save my removal spell for like a big green creature. I think that's better generally speaking. Like it was a 4/4. Oh wow. Well anyways, I am glad that I did what I did. Even though this is not necessarily a great spot to be in. Right. 1. Okay, at least it doesn't untap like any creature, which is nice. Although if they bounce the behemoth and then like kill another thing, that's really strong too, obviously. But I do think actually at this point, given what they've played, and given that they killed my thing, I do feel like I'm at a disadvantage here. They're targeting their behemoth too. That is not a good sign. They have 9 mana, so they have a huge mana advantage. Oh, Rydia's Return. Yep. Quite strong. Scorpion Sentinel. Quite strong. We're gonna keep Gilgamesh. It gives us hope. Oh, there's the land! Come on! Oh, this is exciting. Come on, Gilgamesh. Let's hit, please. I hate everything! I hate everything! Gilgamesh, why do you fail me? Why do you fail me? Alright. I think it was still probably worth playing, but man. Man. I feel like I should play the Esper spell. You know what I mean? The Esper spell. What the hell? They top-decked cat Saj? They can find a bird? Okay, they don't have a bird. I mean, this thing is still absurd. Wow. Their deck is nice. I mean, we're at the phase where we're going to be playing opponents that do have a lot of like really, really powerful cards. But still. Oh! I didn't know it was an attack trigger. I thought it was just ETB. Yes. Do I want to make this a 9? Wait, what is this? +3, +2, 8? Yes. Oh, that's incredible. That is actually incredible. My bad, folks. My bad, folks. I thought it was... I thought it was just an ETB trigger. Okay, well, you know what? You learn something new every day. You learn something new every day. Okay, they kept something on top. They're at 12. Like, I can triple block this and bounce that. That seems not bad. Actually, do I even need to bounce this? Let's do that. This way, if they play a creature, I can just bounce that with the Gilgamesh. Ooh, that is a chump blocker. I guess I'll keep it. Maybe I bottom it. I don't know. Okay. I guess I technically don't have a lethal attack, huh? Whoa. Okay. I guess they have something here. I don't want to play the combat tutorial. Yeah, they have something here. That's unfortunate. Super unfortunate. Maybe I should have cast Eject on this first. I guess I can eject my Gilgamesh. Or I can bounce this. I don't know. Bouncing Gilgamesh seems quite good. All right. So it doesn't trample, which is good. So I have a chump blocker here, and I want to put a counter here because my plan is to chump block with this hero. And this gives me the option to be able to eject my Gilgamesh. I also have Stuck in Summoner Sanctum now, which is really good on the Saj. 2 cards left in our opponent's hand. It's a really good game, actually. This deck doesn't usually play the Predator Strike type card. Primeval Titan is legal? What? Okay. Well, that's ridiculous. I'm at 10. Oh my gosh. I gotta think here. Because I can bounce both, but I don't have close to lethal. I think I just wait. Oh, man. We'll take 6, I guess. Hopefully they don't have anything. Super unlikely, though, right? Okay, they have, like, no lands left in their deck. Scorpion Sentinel, okay. Why didn't they... Oh, they couldn't move the equipment, of course. So do I have some lethal configuration here? Like if I... How many other equipment do I have? I have 4 Warrior Swords and a Thieves' Knife. Alright. Why did you draw the Thieves' Knife, Paul? I still have a Warrior Sword, I guess. Come on. This is not cool at all. I do not like this one bit. Well, we're at 4 life. Very, very close game. Maybe there's a world I could have won this one. I don't know. But they have a really, really solid value deck here. I have to block with Gilgamesh. And this was just like the worst Gilgamesh ever. 3 triggers, I hit 1 thing. Why do you betray me, sir? Why? All right. Dragoon's Wyvern, uh-oh. Things are getting dicey. They're at 8 life. So this can hit for 3 in the air. Sahagin is very, very interesting. Especially because they're at 8. I have 8 mana. So I can't really do much with the Thieves' Knife. here's my question. So let's see, I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So I can move, if I cast this and move it, that's 1 damage to put them at 7. And then 5 damage, so it puts them at 2. Because I can move the warrior sword here. I think I just need to draw a 4 mana spell, honestly. All right, super close. The thing is, they're only drawing action the rest of the game. Now it's like I need to draw a removal spell for the Wyvern. Or a 4 mana spell. Because that puts them to 6, 3, and then I move this, and that would technically be lethal. But of course, they're, like I said, they're drawing all spells here. Now, this was a great game. They have Lunar Whale, Sage, Primeval Titan. Like, this is a fantastic blue-green deck. Oh, wow, okay. Eject on the Colosseum Behemoth. What are they killing? That doesn't matter. Okay, so we still have a chance here. Right? Like a 4 mana spell can get it done. So let's play to that out, I guess. Come on, 4 mana spell! Oh, darn it! Ah, so close. All right. Damn. Yeah, I feel like maybe there was a better way to navigate that game. It was certainly very close, and our opponent had a very, very good blue-red deck, or blue-green deck, so it is what it is. All right, 4 wins. I think this deck is deserving of more than 4, so let's keep going. Okay, on the play here, we're going to keep this. This one's a little bit dicey if I don't draw land number 3, but if there's one thing our deck's been really good at is giving us lands, so hopefully we can go turn 2 Prompto Argentum into turn 3 Dragoon's Wyvern. Oh, I think I wanted to put the 4 mana spell into the deck. Oh well. Oh, this Lindblom always gives us just like the most awkward situations. Why couldn't I, like, if I had it in my opener, like, I wouldn't mind, right? Oh well. Play the Dragoon's Wyvern. Turn 2 Gardener, very good start. World map, okay. I'm good with that. Let's go 2 in the air. Let's play a Warrior Sword. Just uses my mana the best, right? Like, obviously, a part of me wants to get value here with Prompto Argentum, but this card is not even... Look, they have a 1/3 in play. It's not particularly strong. Although, Prompto Argentum would be a good target for combat tutorial, but we'll see. I mean, I can still do it if I draw a land. Ultimecia. Okay. Well, that is a good stuck in Summoner Sanctum target. Certainly going to fire that off here. Land would still be good, because then I can go Prompto into... Like, Prompto plus removal spell seems pretty good. Alright, perfect. So let's go Prompto. Tap you down. Boom. I mean, they're already at 9 life, and we have a Thunder Magic available here. Okay, Ignis Scientia. Land. Okay. Oh, they can still flip it. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8 mana. Okay. I do need to be mindful of that, don't I? Because they get to take an extra turn. But does that matter? Oh, it doesn't exile this. Okay. Gubu Gardener down. Okay, that's fine. So they're at 2 life. They can't flip this. I have a flyer. Diamond weapon should not be good enough. Sleep magic, okay. That is good enough. Oh, I do have combat tutorial though. So all I need to do is go combat tutorial, target here. Okay. Alright. What does this say? Prevent all damage? Yeah, that's fine. That's the first time I've played against a diamond weapon, I think. But alright, we have 5 wins. Our opponent, the crucial turn for our opponent was, or the miss rather, was when they played the Gardener turn 2, turn 3, they went land world map pass. Like, that basically lost them the game. They needed to play something on the board there. Obviously, they didn't have it in hand, but that's what allowed us to just push through just enough damage. Because, without a doubt, their late game's gotta be stronger than ours. They're 3 colors. It has to be. Alright, let's keep this. Ooh, Lindblom every time. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna keep it here. I have 2 other lands in my hand. I do have this warrior sword, so if I don't draw a land here, can be close. But I'm gonna, I want to play this as a spell. Alright, we drew the land anyways. Alright, Dragoon's Wyvern. Happy enough trading the token here for Dwarven Castle Guard. But playing against the big bad, Boros. You know what'd be good in this format? Twin Bolt. Twin Bolt would actually be totally fine in this format. Chaco Comet is a very good magic card. Alright, let's get some warrior swords in play. Yeah, I mean, this might be Red's best uncommon. This thing is absurd. There's a lot of little creatures in the format, too. So just like doing this for 3 mana is... What the hell is this? Are you serious? At least they missed. Oh my gosh. Whenever a non-human creature you control attacks. That's also non-human, huh? Yay. This doesn't actually even work. So I can't... You may put a human creature from among them. Okay. Ugh, this is so awkward. Like, I want to kill this, but I just don't have a way to kill it. Well, let's play this, I guess. Oh my gosh, this stupid chocobo. Suplex. Okay. Well, they can't replay it, which is nice. Okay, well that's a perfectly suitable suplex target. And then let's play Warrior Sword. Hope they don't have another land here. Winota is just so terrifying in red-white. Like, I just feel like there's just a bunch of humans in that deck. What's indestructible? What about this is indestructible? Oh, the creature that attacks gets indestructible, sure. Okay, well, they missed. 2 cards in hand. Alright, we'll keep taking it. Gilgamesh! Let's go! Come on! Come on, Gilgamesh! Okay, you know what, Gilgamesh? You are fired, sir! You are fired! Gilgamesh? I am not... Oh, no! Are you kidding me? And you... Oh, man, this is Look, if there's a way to lose, this is the way. 2 Winota triggers, a Gilgamesh. They missed. This has lifelink. I go to 1. Nope, I go to dead. Oh, well, you know what? Wait, oh no, okay, I'm not technically dead. But, like, we're pretty dead here. They're at 20, I think this is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Our only hope is with our dear friend Gilgamesh. Come on! Oh, 2 targets! Do I want to give it... Yeah. Oh, only one of them gets attached. Okay. Alright, let's draw a card. I'm at 1 life. Okay. Okay, well, we're not dead. Fortunately. I kind of want to bounce this. Just because if they hit a creature, I just die. And this becomes a 3/3. They have 2 cards in hand. It's kind of risky, but... I can still block everything. Oh, wow, they chose not to keep it. Okay. Okay, we haven't died! Oh my gosh, their own Gilgamesh. What is this deck? Oh no, I think they hit something. Oh, it's a Dragoon's Lance. Oh, this is a disaster. Oh my gosh, their deck is ridiculous. Okay. Okay. Thunder Magic. Oh, I can kill the Gilgamesh. The problem is, I mean, I can just do this, right? Do I have more equipment to get? I think I have another warrior sword. This transforms into something. But I can't play 2 spells just yet. Alright, let's just attack with Gilgamesh. Yes! No, I want a 4/3. Okay, so I can deal 4 damage. I can cast both of these spells. Oh man, this game ended up getting extremely close. The problem is I'm just gonna... Enchanted permanent doesn't untap. And its activated abilities can't be... I guess I can target that, but anyways, let's see what Weapons Vendor does. Like, I'm just gonna die to this stupid flyer, right? Oh well. Like, I need to find a way to stop this artifact. Oh, never mind. Oh well. Oh well. You know what? It was a fun ride, okay? It was a fun ride. We got to have some fun with Gilgamesh. We won 5 matches. You know? Can't really complain too much, right? Yeah, and then this thing has flying. Yeah. Red-white equipment too strong. That was a fun game, though. Fun game, but we just took a little too much damage. The Winota was a little scary, and we tried our best. We had good interaction. I actually thought our deck was pretty solid, all things considered. I don't actually know if the Gilgamesh is like it. I mean, it's fine, but like obviously every time you miss, it feels pretty bad. But it's still like a 6-mana 6/6. Like it's not great, but anytime you hit one thing, it looks okay. I will say though that the Warrior Sword in general is not the best thing to be doing. I know I've had countless people talk to me about how Warrior Sword is so excellent because it is a creature that triggers these 2-mana effects. The thing is, there are just better options, in my opinion. Like, I think in general, for the most part, you want Retrieve the Esper over Warrior Sword because this just gives you more action in the late game, right? Where you get a 3/3 and then you get a 5/5. That's just far, far superior than having a 4/3 that after it dies, you pay 5 mana to give +3/+2. Would you rather pay 5 mana to give something +3/+2 or pay 6 mana, get another trigger, and put 2 counters on something? Like I said, the reason why I played this though, of course, is because I had the Gilgameshes here. Actually, should I have played the Freya? Maybe. I'm not sure. And maybe I should have played Light of Judgment. It's a really expensive card is the only thing, but maybe the first copy is always good just because you're able to get equipment. And I didn't have that many ways to kill equipment. Like Suplex was my only one. So perhaps I should have played one copy of Light of Judgment. But all in all, I mean, I like the way that this deck played out. I like the Sahagins. I like the 2-drops. I liked all the interaction that we had. But I like that also this deck could have some good proactive starts. And I think that's important in this format. Do not skimp on 2-drops in this format. It's so, so important to have good solid 2-drops. So make sure you pick up enough because the red-white decks, the black-white decks, even the red-black decks, the blue-white decks, they're all aggro. Like this format is definitely faster than Tarkir Dragonstorm. Now, none of these aggro decks are probably quite as good as Boros was in the previous iteration, but the thing is, you can draft good, viable, aggressive strategies in like 4 or 5 different color pairs. So you just have to be ready for all of those decks. So you can't just sit around and put like 4 Dreams of Laguna in your deck and think you're going to get there, unless you have like 4 Thunder Magics to go with it, right? So just be mindful of that when you're drafting in this format, just because I've drafted my fair share of mid-range, slow, dirtily decks with lots of card draw, and it just does not get you there. Because like while you're spending mana to draw cards, your opponents are spending their mana to re-equip creatures, play flashback spells. There's just like a lot of other things to do with your mana in this format. So I just feel like just card draw effects in a lot of instances are not necessarily good enough. So you just have to be careful. You can't play too many effects like this in your deck, or else you're just going to get overloaded and then you're just going to get run over by your opponent. So just be mindful of that. Now, this Gilgamesh experiment was fun. Now, honestly, I really wanted to go red-white. That's where Gilgamesh really shines, but blue was extremely open in this draft, and so that's why we ended up where we were, right? It's not even clear that red was super open, so I don't know what my secondary color was. I think we could have maybe also ended up with a decent blue-white deck. Arguably would have maybe even had a better blue-white deck, but noting that if I did go blue-white, certainly like the Sahagins get a lot worse. This card is very, very good, I think, in blue-red and in blue-black, but I think in both blue-white, maybe even blue-green to some extent, this certainly gets a lot worse. But honestly, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun exploring this. Anytime you cast Gilgamesh and you roll the dice, it feels like there's a lot on the line. And I do think this card is excellent if you have like 5 or 6 equipment in your deck, just as a good top-end threat. One other note is I think Argentum is just okay. It's certainly not on the level of something like the Emperor of Palamecia or Ultros or a Shantoto. Other notes, I think Thieves' Knife is actually pretty bad in this format in general. This card looks good and feels like it has a lot of upside, but the equip cost is way too much. 4 mana to give +1/+1 in combats, that says a lot. And then also 3 mana for a 2/2. That's really hard to connect with, right? And additionally, there's a lot of 2 damage effects. There's a lot of small creatures on the ground. So in general, I know this is honestly, this card could have been a common, and I don't think it's that good. There's just not a lot of ways to give evasion in this format either. So, if there was, I don't know, like a common 3 mana 1/3 creature that gives flying, right? Like maybe then you can combo it. but I do think the Thieves' Knife is mostly a trap. And again, something that I played because I had the Gilgamesh. If I didn't have the Gilgamesh, I probably would have like cut a Thieves' Knife, cut a Warrior Sword, and like, you know, played Retrieve the Esper and a Syncopate. I probably would have done something like that, or a Light of Judgment, like something like this. And unclear if the deck is better or worse, honestly, just because this seems to work a little bit better and I'm not playing as many bad cards. But all in all, really fun experience. Just happy to try out all kinds of different things. Gilgamesh in a blue-red shell. You don't see that too often, but we tried to make it work, and it worked to varying degrees of success, I'll say. We still got 5 wins, though. Still profited gems while learning plenty in the process. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and would like to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Also, go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need booster boxes of Final Fantasy just to crack open some packs, or you wanted some singles to round out your constructed decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you wanted top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmat, sleeves, dice boxes, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.